Hey, what is up, y'all? It is the Big Bird himself, Fried Chicken. Today, I'm going to be going over and doing a field test of the Kastek Arms Coda pistol. I asked you, my viewers, my subscribers, my followers, what my next video should be since I'm doing right now a firearm binge. You all chose the Coda pistol, and I'm here to deliver it. I'm going to start this video off in typical Fried Chicken way by reading you the firearms description. The Coda pistol, often called the Kastek Arms hand cannon. The Coda can end an engagement with a single 50 caliber round. Although the substantial power can make the Coda's recoil hard to handle, considering its limited magazine size and substantial kick, sustained fire is discouraged in favor of more accurate single shots. Which means you better hit the mark when you're firing this blaster. This thing is a hand cannon, shooting 50 caliber rounds. Against regular NPCs PvE, this thing absolutely wrecks the opponents that you have to go up against. It can destroy every enemy minus elite tier enemies with just 2 shots. Heavy 3 tier enemies go down with 2 shots, so does regular medium tier armor enemies as well. And of course, low tier enemies go down with just a single shot. Does not matter where the bullet connects. It will easily fry all of your opponents in some deep fried grease. Now, just looking at the pistol, taking a good look at it and observing it, it really does look like a hand cannon. This pistol is based around a revolver style class pistol with its revolver style magazine. If I were to compare this firearm with any other firearm in the real world, I would have to say it is most comparable to a Taurus revolving 50 caliber pistol. Huge arm, but it looks futuristic and more modernized. This pistol in the game is definitely more futuristic with all of the crazy looking components sticking out on the side, so all your attachments stay extra secure. Now looking at this pistol versus all the other pistols that are currently in game, this is by far the strongest pistol, but it has a caveat with its low ammo rotation, only 6 rounds. You have to make sure these shots hit or you're going to be stuck in the water. Now, let's do what everyone has been waiting for. Let's take the Coda pistol out there into the field and see how it does against PvE targets. If y'all stick around later, we're going to use some PvP targets as well in Arena Commander. So I first want to start this field test off by apologizing. I was apparently in a pretty buggy server. NPCs were bouncing all over the place. Reload animations were very slow and laggy. Sometimes I had to reload 2 to 3 times just to get the ammo to refill. So I do apologize for that. Now, here's my opinion on the Coda versus PvE enemies. This thing absolutely wrecks everything out there. It doesn't matter who you're shooting at when it comes to PvE targets. It is always a single shot to 2 taps to take down any enemy, from the unarmored enemy to the high tier enemies, minus the elite tier enemies. Those take about 4 to 5 shots. And I just gotta say, it wrecks, it destroys. I just wish it had maybe just 2 more rounds, 8 rounds for its magazine, because then this would be a regular flyer for me. But the short amount of ammo that it packs is kind of troublesome. Right now, it is very easy to take down enemies in the PvE combat zone just because the enemies don't really react or move around after you land your first shot. So you'll have plenty of time to deal your second shot to take down your targets without no issue at all. And as you can see here, I'm getting stuck under the map. My bad, sorry, my bad. That Star Citizen is Star Citizen, and you always have to be aware of what is going to be happening to you in the future, but you know what it is. But as I continue on at this bunker, I am just absolutely wrecking NPCs, and I'm dealing with the reload mag. There is a delay, the server was dying on me, and so I had to deal with that. But it is just a great overall firearm in the game, and I really enjoyed having it on me while doing this video. Aside from server lag being detrimental to me in my gameplay, again, the Coda is just a really fun pistol to run around with against PvE targets. It really does knock them out real quickly and real fast without too much hassle. So if you're stuck in a reload animation with your primary and you need to swap real quickly to your secondary, this is it. It will easily take out your targets with no hassle at all, but you have to make sure you hit your mark, or else you're just gonna fuck it up and end up frying in some grease, because you're laying down now, you're in capped. And I know it can be a little bit difficult currently in the live build, just because the servers are not running at top tier capacity. They're running a little sluggish, as you can see here. Certain enemies are kind of just bouncing around. You think you're plugging a shot into your enemy, but it's not connecting because the enemies are teleporting left and right, and that is something we got to deal with. And now let's jump into Arena Commander and take this arm into the PvP side of combat and see how it does against actual players. Again, actual players have a lot more health versus NPC players. An NPC player can go down in just about 2 shots to the chest. Well, in Arena Commander versus PvP, it could take up an entire clip of 6 rounds to 5 rounds if they're not well placed. Let's jump right into it. Now, in Arena Commander PvP, again, I am not that good at Star Citizen's PvP just because it does not play like any other FPS. It plays a lot slower paced, and I'm just not used to it, versus like Call of Duty style combat, Battlefield style combat, where it's super fast paced, like you're on crack cocaine style paced. This game, you have to really have to check your shots, and you have to move a lot slower. And so if you see me fucking up, that's what it really is. It is just me not being used to it. And yeah, but as you can see here, certain shots do connect very well. It takes quite a bit of shots to down your enemy, and you just got to get some practice in. It takes anywhere between 4 shots to an entire magazine with this arm, and reloading is very slow and sluggish, so you have to deal with that as well. You have to compensate for that as well while doing these type of things in this game mode against PvP. Now, let me tell you how I felt with it. The arm did feel good. Again, this is a semi-automatic pistol, so it's a little hard to do close quarters combat with it. So I struggled here and there while trying to take down my targets who ran into me. I ended up dying a lot more times than actually getting shots in, just because it's a slow shooting pistol. It's not fast versus some of the automatics like the LH86 or the Arclight pistol. And so I had to do a little bit more timing and aiming versus other style of pistols. But overall, it felt good in the hand. A couple shots here and there. If I was able to get 3 or 4 shots into the chest, the enemy would go down, and I had no problem with that. PvP is definitely a different way to play versus PvE when it comes to FPS gameplay. And, again, like I said, I enjoyed it. It's just a little difficult to get used to. And boom, that is it. That is my field test video on the Kastek Arms Coda pistol, the hand cannon of hand cannons. Please tell me down below what you guys feel about this firearm in game. Do you guys rock it? Do you guys run it? Have you been into Arena Commander just to play with it to see how it fares against PvP combat versus PvE combat? Tell me down below in the comments. Let's spitball about it. Tell me your guys' favorite firearm down below, and let's jump right into it. It is the one and only Big Bird himself, Fried Chicken, your boy, out.